So it's not too late to start again. Yes, you heard me right. It's not too late to start again. No matter your age, no matter your past. Somewhere along the way, we were always taught that life has deadlines, that if you don't figure it out early, you are failed. There's a saying that a fool at 40 is a fool forever. That's what they said, not me. So because of these kind of sayings, sometimes we stay stuck in jobs we've outgrown, in habits that no longer serve us, in versions of ourselves that we do not even recognize anymore. And this is not because we can't change. It's more of the fact that we think it's too late. But here is the truth. Reinvention doesn't have age limits. People reinvent themselves at 30, 40, 50s, 60s, name it. Personally, when I did my master's, I saw people over 60 years in my class. I've come online and I've seen people, transit from one career, totally different career, let's say like an artist or a lawyer, to engineering, to pilot, to being a doctor, right? So aside that, I've seen people going back to school at 50, at 60, at 70, fulfilling that their lifelong dream, or just changing career path entirely, like opposite of what they were previously doing. So those are them reinventing themselves, irrespective of the age, irrespective of the things that probably seem as barrier. They didn't allow all of that hinder them in any way at all. They allow the thought of, oh, it's too late to achieve this, cloud their mind, cloud their judgment, cloud their dream. They didn't allow any of that. The only thing that makes it too late is you deciding not to try at all. So starting over doesn't mean you erasing your past. No, that's not what it means. It means building from what you've learned over the years. So now these are the steps on how to start over again. 1, decide who you want to become. Without having a clear understanding of who you want to become, you are just going to end up going in circles again. So you have to decide who you want to become. And during that process of deciding, you find out that you're also discovering some certain ways on what is required to become who you want to become. So for instance, let's say my plan is to become a doctor. I've always wanted to be a doctor, for instance. Hypothetically, that's not my plan in any way. So let's say my plan is I want to become a doctor, right? During the process of, deciding that, okay, I really want to go back to this, my long dream of being a doctor, I also find out that I'm discovering how to become a doctor. What do I need to become a doctor? What do I need in my WAEC, for instance? What do I need? Do I need science course? Oh, I don't have science grades. Do I need to write? You just start finding out all that you need to become who you want to become. The second step is let go of what no longer aligns with you. So now you've decided, for instance, or I have decided, for instance, I want to be a doctor. There are some things within me that would not align with that goal. And that's the time to let go of it. And the same applies to you, right? So you've already decided what you want to become. Now you have to start letting go of things that don't align with that pattern, things that don't, fit into that. You no longer need all of those things that would act as a barrier or as, an hinder to you achieving your dream. So now the third one is take it one step at a time. Daily consistent step is better than just doing everything all at once, right? It's just like, for instance, going to the gym and you just start with 20 push-ups or 20 sit-ups, and by the time you go the next day you can barely even do 3, right? Usually you are meant to grow that consistently. Start with a little number, increase, and when you're increasing with all of that, your capacity, your strength is also increasing. So don't just rush it. Don't just say, oh, I need to start this. Imagine you have so many things, right? You want to start doing all of them all at once. It will only end up leading to confusion, procrastination, and at the end of the day, the worst of them, or not even achieving one. But when you say, okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is this, you complete, you go to the next one, daily consistency, and not doing everything all at once, and tomorrow you have nothing to give. The next tomorrow you give, a little again. Next 3 weeks you have nothing to give anymore. So it's more advisable you take it on daily consistency. Daily. Take note of that word, daily consistency. And lastly, be patient during the process, which is where a lot of us fail, right? We lack that patience, and really patience is something we should, we should pray to God for, and we should learn it, because that waiting process, that waiting period is where a lot of persons end up failing, because they're not getting the results they thought they would get. They're not getting the result their resolution told them they would get, and they're getting frustrated already, right? So that waiting process, right? Do what you have to do. Put in all your energy, put in all your strength. Then during that waiting process, don't forget to also pray. You've done your best, right? Just wait. At the end of the day, whatever you're doing is going to pick up. It doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter when. Fine, we're allowed to, examine everything, because at times it may be that we have not properly done what we need to do, and once in a while you just evaluate everything again and say, okay, am I in the right track? But at the end of the day, patience is a strength. Patience is key, right? You've done everything you need to do. Be patient and let everything materialize. Don't give up during that process, because it always looks like it's the longest, right? Some persons may not even get to go through that wait. Everything will just materialize immediately. Like some persons, their patience will have to be tested. So you should know that small steps done consistently changes everything. It changes everything. So I want you to know today that you are not behind, you're not broken, but you are becoming. It is not too late to start over. It is not too late to dream again. And it is not too late to reinvent your life. And if everything I've said today spoke to you in a way you've never heard or felt before, then don't ignore it. Start today, even if it's small. Follow me for more reminders and share this with someone you think would need this. Thank you for watching, and see you in my next video. My name is Tonya Idamye. Bye for now.